Okay, in this video we're going to show you how to make the grade adaptive component between for our new facade. As you can see here, this surface behind is the existing facade of the original building, and we just copy this surface with its original grade system. Copy it to here, and we're going to create a new facade between these two surfaces, and this new facade is gonna having some curving elements, just as what we show in the diagrams. And what we're gonna do is to create a kind of component like this. This is a grid system actually, and this is the first adaptive point is located on the original grid system, while this point 2 is located on this outside surface. And what we do is to define the position of the new points on the new facade, and then to make some component between the original and the new grid system. And that's what we're gonna do. So firstly, we just create a new conceptual adaptive component. Here, generic model adaptive, open it. And first, we're going to create 2 points. Set our work plane here, and make 2 points. Okay, make them adaptive. Okay, so this point is located on the original facade, and this point 2 is just located on the copy, the other boundary of the facade. Okay, and then we create a reference line between them two. Okay, and then just to insert the points on this line and give its position a parameter, just call it offset 1, make it instance. Okay, and then what we're going to do is to host another point on this point. Firstly, set our working plane, and then make a point here, then offset, make this offset a -3 feet. Okay, and then make another one still on this work plane. Okay, and make this point, the offset is 3 feet. Okay, and then we create a reference line between these 2 points. And this line is the line that our new grid point would move along. So just to create another point, this. Okay, let's make it the measure from end. Okay, and then to define this position as another parameter, let's call it offset 2, make it instance. Okay, so now we want to add attractor point to influence, set the work plane and then make a point here, make it adaptive, and then create a reference line between point 2 and point 3, and set work plane here to measure the distance between here, and measure the distance between 2 and 3, and then make this dimension as a parameter called di, and this is a reporting parameter since we're going to use the value of this to influence all the other parameters in the grid system. Okay. So now we can see here in family types, we got the offset 1, which is to define the offset on this direction, and the offset 2, which is to define the offset on this direction. So what we're going to do is make a formula which contains the DI reporting dimensions. But first we're going to add a new parameter. It's called A, and it's going to be an angle here. Okay, and this A, the angle of A is defined by DI divided by 1 inch, 1 feet, sorry, and this is just to give it just the value without any units, and then we times it by 5. We create an angle parameter here because we're going to try to control both offset 1 and offset 2 in the domain between 0 and 1, because the offset value can only be between any point between 0 and 1. So we're going to take the sine and cosine formula here to make that control. Okay, so here the offset 1 would be 0.75 plus 0.25 by sine A. Okay, and this is to control the offset value is from, this point can only move beyond half and to the end of the line, because we want the offset is gonna be some value between this domain rather than from 0 to 1. Okay, so the offset 2 can be just from this point to this point, which means offset 2 value could be from 0 to 1. But since we're going to use the cosine A value, but this value, it can be both negative and positive, so we should make if cosine A is greater than 0, then we can use cosine A. But if not, we can use minus cosine A. Okay. Okay, that's it. And then we apply to see what happened here. Let's check it. When I move the adaptive point 3, you can see the position of this point is moving. You see? So it works. and I can just make this point, which is used to define the new grid point, our new facade. Make this point invisible, and then load into project to see what happened. Okay, just need to fit 1, 2, 3. Okay, then you see that here is a point, and this is the new grid point for our new facade. If I repeat, then you can see the whole new facade points shows up here. Okay, then we back to our this one component to define the connecting structure between the original facade and the new facade. So what we're going to do is just to add another reference line between the original grid point to the new one. Okay, and to insert a point here, and just to change the parameter, let's call it connect beginning, make it instance. Okay, and another one, do the same thing, call it connect and make it instance. Okay, and then what we're going to do is to set the work plane here and make a reference circle. And make the radius, the dimension of the radius a parameter. We can call it R1. Make an instance. And do the same thing. Set work plane. Make our reference circle here. Sorry. And also add the parameter, call it R2. Okay. Then we use these two circles to create wall. Then in family types, we can try to control both R1 and R2 by the reporting dimension we have here. Like the R1 is offset 1 by 6 inch, and R2 can be just 0.6 by R1. Okay, you can see it changes here. And then if I move the point here, other things is following the change. Okay, then I load it into the project. Overwrite. It's a little bit slow. Okay, then you can see here we got all the new control points for the new facade, I mean the grid points, and also the connecting component between the old one and the new one. Okay, that's there's another thing that if I drag the tractor point here, sorry, just to take much on time, you see that the whole grid is changed. Yeah, that's it.